Most powerful Muslim commander of the entire crusading era, the man who recaptured Jerusalem and humbled 3 European kings, spent more of his military career fighting other Muslims than he ever spent fighting Christians. A Shi'ite caliphate in Cairo, threatened by his Sunni ambitions, quietly aligned with the Frankish lords of Jerusalem to slow him down. And in 1115 AD, a coalition of Muslim princes from Damascus, Aleppo, and Mardin joined forces with the Crusader states to defeat an invading Sunni army, because they feared their co-religionists more than they feared the men who held Jerusalem. The Holy War was real. The two sides were not. In 1095 AD, the year the Crusades began, 3 distinct worlds sat side by side around the Eastern Mediterranean, and all 3 were in serious trouble. The Byzantine Empire, which had held the Christian East for 7 centuries, was hemorrhaging territory it could not recover. The Islamic world, once unified under a single caliphate, had shattered into rival dynasties that spent more energy fighting each other than any outside enemy. And Latin Europe, the world of popes and kings and restless knights, was tearing itself apart over a question it could not answer. Who, exactly, was in charge? Begin with Byzantium, because the Crusades begin there. The empire stretched, in theory, from the Balkans to the borders of Syria. In practice, the eastern half of that territory had been dissolving for 2 decades. The Seljuk Turks, a nomadic people from the Central Asian steppe who had converted to Sunni Islam, had been pushing west since the mid-11th century, raiding deep into Anatolia and carving off provinces the Byzantines considered the heart of their military and agricultural base. The catastrophe arrived on a single day. On the 26th of August, 1071 AD, a Byzantine army met the Seljuks at a place called Manzikert, in the mountains of eastern Anatolia. The Emperor Romanos IV Diogenes commanded in person. He was experienced, capable, and he had assembled one of the largest armies the empire had fielded in a generation. By evening, the army was destroyed and the emperor was a prisoner, the first time a sitting Roman emperor had been captured alive by an enemy since the 3rd century. Alp Arslan, the Seljuk Sultan, released Romanos after extracting an enormous ransom. But the damage was done. What followed Manzikert was, in some ways, worse than the battle itself. Romanos returned to Constantinople